From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, January the 29th, 2019. Two former Israeli chiefs of staff are teaming up to try and unseat Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in the upcoming elections in Israel this April. Israel Resilience Party leader Benny Gantz and Telem Party leader Moshe Ya'alon. Gantz would lead the joint party, serving in its number one spot. Gantz officially launched his campaign tonight, telling those gathered that his party would pursue peace, that Jerusalem would remain Israel's eternal capital, and that Israel would never give up the Golan Heights. Ya'alon will reportedly serve in the number two spot, with his party given an additional 2 slots on the list. And former opposition leader Tzipi Livni launched her Hatnu'ah party's election campaign today under the slogan, "The Unit for the Defense of Democracy." And Prime Minister Netanyahu announced yesterday that he would not extend the mandate of the Temporary International Presence in Hebron, or TIPH, which is an international civilian observer group stationed in the West Bank city. This because of several incidents over the past year in which members of the group clashed with Jewish residents of Hebron. The Prime Minister said, "We will not allow the continuation of an international force that acts against us." Israel police recently reported that TIPH was deliberately creating friction in the city and also reportedly interfering with the work of the IDF. Some 1,000 Palestinians took part in violent riots today along the Gaza security fence, throwing stones at Israeli troops who responded with tear gas. The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry reported several injuries. In addition, about 20 boats set sail from Gaza today, trying to approach the permitted fishing zone, also in protest. They were turned away by the Israeli Navy. Palestinian Authority Prime Minister Rami Hamdallah said he was handing in his resignation today, as well as the resignation of his ministers, to Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas. There are reports that the Palestinians are looking to form a new government in response to terror group Hamas, who rule Gaza, not turning over control of Gaza to the PA. Legislation that includes measures against the BDS, Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions campaign, advanced in the U.S. Senate yesterday. The Strengthening America's Security in the Middle East Act, originally introduced by Republican Florida Senator Marco Rubio, moved ahead by a vote of 74 to 19. It includes legal protections for states who choose not to work with companies who boycott Israel. It also codifies the Memorandum of Understanding that was signed under the Obama administration for the U.S. to provide Israel with $38 billion over 10 years in security assistance. The bill, which is supported by pro-Israel lobby AIPAC, has to now go to a full floor vote and then needs to be sent to the House. Well, a team of Israeli scientists said they believe they will soon have the cure for cancer. Dan Aridor and Ilan Morad of Accelerated Evolution Biotechnologies, or AB, said the treatment they are developing, which they call Mutato, multi-target toxin, is somewhat like a cancer antibiotic. It uses peptides along with a strong peptide toxin that destroys cancer cells. Aridor said, "We believe we will offer in a year's time a complete cure for cancer." It is Space Week in Israel, and conferences are taking place daily and partnerships being formed. Israel's space agency signed an agreement with the Austrian Space Forum to partner on a simulated expedition of Mars set for next year in Israel. It will involve 6 international astronauts and enable the testing of human adaptability and related hardware on the planet in a simulated environment at the Ramon crater, which is located in Israel's Negev. Also, Israel's aerospace industries is teaming up with leading German space company OHB to help European Space Agency missions to the moon. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, January the 29th at 7 o'clock, former Canadian Justice Minister Irwin Cotler discusses global anti-Semitism. At 8, Jerusalem Post European Affairs correspondent Benjamin Weinthal talks about anti-Semitism and BDS in Europe in a 2018 program of ISGAP. At 9 tonight, Mark Golub sits down with Yehuda Sarna on L'chaim. At 10, Pakistani Muslim Qasem Hafiz shares how he went from being an anti-Israel Islamist radical to a pro-Israel activist. And coming up right after this newscast, we hear from the daughter of a high-ranking Hamas sheikh who was rescued by an Orthodox Jewish outreach organization. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, January the 29th, 2019. I'm Teisha Bader.